That, you guys, was the night haul from the tunnel. We are seriously cranking out so much food. We're cranking out food faster than we can eat it, or we can give it away, which is a really good problem to have. But coming from our old house where I really didn't plant a whole lot for the summer, aside from flowers, it is like I come into this farm and it is high production. Things are rolling. I'm having to go check on the gardens daily. It's a really exciting time, and that is a stinking lot of food. So aside from being really busy harvesting all these lovely vegetables, Jessica's actually in town for a few days. They are loading up everything that was in the garage on a U-Haul, and this will be her last time being in Arkansas for a while, which is really kind of sad. So we've been spending some quality time together moving. But it's been really good. It's been really sad, but we have had a chance to kind of walk through the gardens. She showed me a lot of different things. She gave me a lot of tips for pruning the roses, and I think we're actually going to end up transplanting out the rose in the tunnel into the cottage garden, and she kind of gave me some tips on that and when the right time of year is to do that. It was really cool just kind of walking her through the farm now that it's ours. So one of our favorite things about our old farm was our back porch. We had this great back porch. Nathan and I would drink our coffee on that back porch every single morning, and then we'd come out there at night after we put the kids to go to bed. And so that was one of the first priorities for Nathan, was getting this back porch cleaned in a space. And so we've been doing some stuff. We've got our little rocking chairs. These are actually Nathan's great grandmother's chairs, and they've been passed down from generation to generation. He said they've been painted like 500 times, but they are like the comfiest chairs ever. And so we've been trying to make this little back space ours. It is a beautiful view in the morning though. When I drink my coffee and I can see the sun starting to come up through the trees, it actually is really pretty. I wanted to come back here to the back part of the property though, because I had been getting some questions from people when I had mentioned the in-ground growing space, or even just like what our plans are here as far as the gardens. We have the raised bed garden up front, which will continue. We've got the tunnel, which is going to stay. We're hoping to just expand upon that and add more tunnels. But there's this in-ground space where Jess and Maya had like their onions and their shallots and leeks and things like that. And then my friend Sean did rotations of sunflowers. There's still currently his last rotation, which is this right behind us. And so he's got some right here starting to open, and then he's got a bunch right down there in that corner, which will be his last. And then he's going to be moving into planting fall flowers. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that, because this is something that we are wanting to kind of expand upon a bit more. So essentially what we've done, they've had really good soil that they've just added onto, building up for the potatoes that they had here. You know, we pulled out all the onions and the shallots to be able to plant these. And so when he cuts the stem off of the flowers before, he just replants, and then he lets these decompose and just add you know, matter back into the soil. And I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, just how many that he does, and how, I mean, it's crazy to me. So there's probably like 250 here and probably 100 or so down there in that little paddock, and he just harvested all of those, and he's had this really cool rotation going on. And that is something many of you guys have asked me to talk more about crop rotations on our farm, what that looks like. I have heard you. That is something that I really am going to start talking about more. I believe he's going to be doing snapdragons here throughout the fall, which will be absolutely beautiful. But he is taking these sunflowers to market every single week. And the production that he's gotten out of this small little plot has been crazy, because this is right now our only in-ground gardening space, and just seeing like how high productive it is really encourages me. And so the thought is maybe to expand upon that, maybe bring it out here and do some more flowers. I'm not really sure, but I have just been listening to what you guys are saying. As we're going into the fall gardening season, I am going to be talking a lot more about crop rotations, what that looks like, how we try to utilize our space the best on this farm to produce high yields, because we are taking a lot of things to market. We're letting our friends Sean and Melanie use our property. We're keeping a lot of this for our family, and so we really are kind of utilizing our farm in a lot of different ways to kind of meet our needs and the needs of those in our community. And I know with that you have to figure out how to crank out a lot and not a lot of space. And so that's something that I really do just want to kind of dive into more in the next coming weeks and talk to you guys. Hello, handsome.
Hi.
What you doing? Draining water barrels?
Draining water barrels.
Nathan has been moving all day. Are you over it?
Pretty pooped.
Pretty pooped. Well, hello, little Billy.
Hello, Billy.
Are you friendly? These are Binturns goats. Okay. We have been getting asked though. Binturn still has his goats on the property. His Billies are back here. Where are his females?
They're over.
Are they on Noah's property?
Yeah.
They've been keeping the grass down for us, so we have not minded. We don't really come out here with the boys a lot, but the girls are super friendly. They'll just come like right up to you and like keep rubbing their heads on you. I think goats are so funny. It's fun watching them in the morning. I keep trying to convince him we need a goat or two. I haven't sold him on the goats yet, but you guys, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be bringing some animals to our farm soon. And we have the means to do this, which is really, really exciting. I don't want to jump ahead of it and say we're definitely doing this, because we definitely have some things we need to put in place before that time comes. But Nathan and I have really been talking about it, and just really wanting to have that food security. Honestly, like, I take care of growing all the food, and Nathan's saying, you know, I take care of growing all the vegetables. And Nathan's thing is really like the animals, and so that's something that we've been talking about. What can we implement now that's not going to require a lot of work out of us? We already have the space set up for it. So y'all may be seeing some things out there in the near future. Do you need help? Nathan's trying to convince me that he needs a side-by-side because he's having to carry barrels like that. Bless him. I promise you guys, I have put in a lot of work today. I wanted to show you guys what I got done in the tunnel. Real quick, this is going to be a super short vlog because Jess is here and we've just been moving all day. We are committed to help them get that U-Haul loaded so they can get out of here early in the morning. So I'm about to change back out and get doing that. But look, I got these 2 beds cleared out. I feel really proud. Tomorrow my goal will be to tackle those 2 beds, and then I'm going to try to get most of the tomatoes out of the bed. I'm going to bring the water hose in here and just wash it off really good where a bunch of like tomatoes were just rotten and fell. And then you can see here the soil is just super like dry, and it just has a really hard time holding moisture in. So I'm going to buy a bunch of peat moss and mix that in about 6 inches. And that's how I'm going to amend these beds, and hoping that it will just hold that water in there and hold the moisture in there better. And see, look at these dahlias though. Look at that thing. Isn't that crazy? I think it is stunning. Apparently these aren't actually what they're supposed to look like though. So they keep blooming from the sides first. I did talk to Sean about this. He said that it's probably due to stress, which could have been just like something, you know, that it was missing in the soil. I'm not really sure. But we are just saving all of these for tubers anyways. Our plan wasn't to cut any of these dahlias or anything like that. We grew these just for the purpose of saving the tubers, so I think that they'll do well. And we got some little sunflowers up there. But y'all, I felt so accomplished of my work out here the other day. I know it may not look like much, but when it is the middle of the day and the end of August in Arkansas, it's hot, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. It is so hot. And so getting what little bit I did in here actually took me hours to do. And then our gorilla cart was full. So I ended up piling most of it up here, which I'm going to have to load into the gorilla cart and haul up to the compost area that we have started in the chicken pen. But things are happening on the farm, you guys. We are getting gardens ripped out. We're getting gardens planted. I actually have my radishes and beans popping up from when we planted with you guys the other day. I've got countertops full of produce. My heart is so full and so happy. And this is just such a sweet season. So I know this was a really short vlog, but thank you guys for hanging out with me as we kind of walked around the farm and I gave you a little update. But I'll talk to you soon.